And, since then, even today, I've just brewed this beer that I'm drinking today, which is a spruce-tipped,
Mhm.
pale ale or IPA. It's kind of in the middle of that realm anyway, IPA pale ale. And I did that on a live on my channel. So I do some live brew days. Some days I do some lives every other Saturday or Sunday night or so about 8 p.m. Not every other. I try to hit every other, but most of them.
Right.
And then, but this last time I was live and I was dumping what I thought I was recirculating into the kettle to cool
Mm.
my beer down, and it was
Mhm.
actually dumping into a bucket right below my brew kettle. And I realized that after I got about probably 2.5 gallons into this bucket that I'm refilling into like a dirty bucket on my floor, and I'm like, "Oh, no." So I quickly shut off the pump and dumped it in the kettle, and I'm like, "Oh, great." Like, there I just did this in front of you all, so you all see, like, I was doing it live, like, "Well, here we go. Like, this is brewing. This is real life, guys," like, we all mess up, and it's one of the better beers I've made in a while. Like, it's a great beer. I suggest everybody brews with spruce tips, by the way. You should check out the video and then get that recipe. It's great. I
For
am gonna do a
sure.
little follow-up video on this and kinda a little bit more description of it, but it's a wildly different flavor that I haven't really brewed a beer similar to it in a while, so it's pretty good. Pretty,
Have
pretty
you
good.
ever had a spruce tip beer before? Or is this your first one overall?
I have not brewed with spruce tips before.
Okay.
I have had spruce tip beers before,
Okay.
and I always think that they're a little bit, what I didn't wanna do was kinda overshadow it with other flavors. I wanted to make it, as you can tell, this one is, like, really light colored, and
Mhm.
it's, like, it's not overly complex. I didn't wanna, like, mask the spruce flavor with, like, malt.
Gotcha.
Even like caramel malts, right? I want it to be very, very spruce and hop forward. So I
Mm.
I used a lot of like two-row malt. I used some Vienna and some Munich for like just a little bit of complexity,
Mhm.
but very. And then I use some carapils just for some head retention and stuff on the beer. Hopefully give it some lacing on the glass and things. The but that's basically it, right? And it was mostly two-row, and I did that on purpose. And then I used Cascade and Mosaic hops, and I think that really paired well. I think Magnum for bittering, but Cascade and Mosaic hops, and then I added 5 ounces of the spruce tips at the end of the boil, 10 minutes left. And I was reading before I did this beer on Brewlosophy. They did a comparison beer where he brewed with spruce tips during the boil and then some with post fermentation,
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
maybe did it at High-Krausen, I can't remember. I think it was High-Krausen, that's why I did it. But, so I decided I'm gonna do the best of both worlds. You like both of them for different reasons, for different flavors, so I added 5 ounces at, the end of the boil, and then I added 3.5 more ounces like I would dry hop a hazy IPA. Weird,
Mm.
I don't know why I did it this way, but I just like, "You know what? High-Krausen, 24, 36 hours in," I just dumped the 3.5, um I had it in a paint strainer bag again, but, I put that in the, thing like I would normally dry hop, and I dry hopped, spruce tips instead.
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
it has a nice complex. I mean, you can get the hops, but it's got this really nice, sweet, complex spruce flavor, and it's just
Right.
fantastic. It's way different than I thought it was, and very different than the other beers I've had with spruce tips. So these were, like, frozen fresh from Montana,
Okay. Yep.
the
Yep.
spruce tips come out in the spring, like, right around the corner here, right? So, these were frozen probably since, April, May, June of last year, but they kept them frozen, so they were fresh still, I guess, as fresh as you're gonna get for, November when I ordered them anyway. And so you could do this in the summertime, and they probably, they're not even frozen very long, if ever. So that's a great beer to have in the summertime. Even you think of like these spruce tip type piney things,
Mm.
you think like
Mhm.
Christmas, you think around the man, this would be a crushable
Right.
beer in the summertime even.